Xavier Mathias's farm Le Champ de Pagaille is in the Loire region of France. It's a treasure trove of biodiversity in just 1 hectare.
In
terms of species and varieties, I think we cultivate about 300 here. We aren't in a market garden area, and our land just isn't made for it. So rather than trying at all costs to grow classic vegetables, I look for species and varieties that can adapt to our soil. It's also my natural curiosity.
Xavier's enthusiasm is infectious as he guides you through his farm, offering you leaves to chew or slices to munch from his vast selection of tubers, leafy vegetables, fruits, flowers and herbs. Xavier is constantly learning about non-native species and trying them out in his fields. He's in touch with farmers and agronomists all over the world. One of the plants he grows isn't native to France, but is traditionally grown in Latin America. What's the name, stevia?
Stevia, Stevia rebaudiana.
It's called Stevia rebaudiana. Xavier tears off a leaf to taste. Just licking its surface fills my mouth with an intense sweetness, and I'm not surprised to discover it's also known as sugar leaf or sweet leaf, and is 300 times sweeter than sugar. The European Union has just lifted a ban which prevented stevia from being used as a sweetener. That means farmers across Europe may soon be converting vast areas of farmland so they can cultivate it. At the Italian Society of Herbal Science in Milan, Dr. Marinella Trovato works closely with the Italian producers, importers and manufacturers of botanical products. An expert in botanicals, or medicines and other substances obtained from plants, Dr. Trovato has been campaigning for the EU to end its ban on Stevia rebaudiana for several years. In fact, the dossier her association produced was key in bringing the ban to an end.
We support this plant, and I think that will be a good alternative to the other sweetener.
Dr. Trovato became interested in the stevia cause almost by chance.
I received a telephone call from a mother asking about the possibility to buy stevia in Italy.
The woman on the phone had a toddler who was autistic and unable to metabolize sugar. The child also reacted badly to artificial sweeteners. She explained to Dr. Trovato that stevia was the only solution. Dr. Trovato began to read about the plant. Although stevia has been used in Paraguay for centuries and has been a popular sweetener in much of Latin America and the Far East for decades, the EU banned its use in food in 1999 after scientific claims it wasn't safe.
Botanicals were considered not safe substances.
Xavier Mathias, the farmer who's growing stevia in France, believes lobbies backing the artificial sweetener industry were actually behind the ban. But Dr. Trovato in Milan concedes that stevia leaves, not the extract, do have biological effects. Like parsley in Italy, stevia has been traditionally used in Paraguay to induce miscarriage in unwanted pregnancies. The difference is that parsley is also a traditional food in the European diet, culturally accepted as safe, while stevia isn't. Like Xavier, she's relieved that certain attitudes have now changed. Italy already has some experimental fields in the northern Po Valley. Marinella Trovato says interest is growing.
It's possible the cultivation of Stevia rebaudiana in Europe, in the middle and also in South of Europe, because the habitat is similar like in South America.
How much European farmers will be able to benefit from cultivating the natural sweetener remains to be seen. Demand will be far less than for sugar, as much smaller quantities of the substance are needed. But with a stevia-based sugar substitute already available on the Italian market, the plant's likely to have a sweet future in European fields and foods. Danny Mitzman, Deustche Welle Radio, Italy.